Yo, what's up? It's Kenneth Bryant with Catapult and Change. It's a little bit hot in here, so I got my shirt off today. Putting in work, kicking in carpet, seaming up carpet, getting this property to the finish line. Let's take a look around real quick. So this is a room that I just laid out. I'm seaming it up now. I gotta put a seam in the closet, and I put a seam right here. So what do I mean by a seam? Well, this is a seam right here. So most of these carpets come in 12-foot rolls, so 12-foot stops here. This room is around 14 foot long. Basically how it works, guys, whenever you're seaming up carpet, these carpets have rows. If you pay attention to this, you can see rows running up and down. Now you gotta make sure that the carpet's going the same direction. So for example, when you go like this, this is going up, this is going down. So you check the other side also to make sure it's going up and to make sure it's coming down. So both are coming down. That way when you seam it up, the seam will look flawless. So to cut these seams, you gotta use a straight edge. That's this right here. Or you can run a row, depending on how the carpet acts. Now basically what you do, guys, when you're running these rows, is you line the straight edge up with the row so that you can make sure it's straight. So when you're looking right there, and you take your carpet knife, which is this, and then you're gonna cut it just like that. So this is already cut and prepped. What you need to put the seam together is a iron, which is this. As you can see, steam is coming off of it. It's ready to go. You need a roller, which is this. This is to roll the seam. And you're also gonna need some seaming tape. So this seaming tape is actually a glue adhesive. Once it's heated up with the iron, it will melt onto the back of the carpet and cause it to bond together. You also need a kicker. This is what you use to kick the room in. So this has teeth on it and some spikes. This is a deadly machine right here. So you gotta know what you're doing, because if not, you mess up your knee. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and start seaming it up. I'm gonna go ahead and put this right here so that it can watch me seam up the carpet, so that you guys can see how it all works. Let me get something to prop this up real quick. Can use this here. Use that. What else can I use? Let's see. Okay. Maybe this will work. You guys can see that. All right. So this is the seam right here. See that? I'm gonna go ahead and start seaming it up now, guys, so you can see how it all works. All right. So you can get your roller ready. You're gonna get your iron ready. What I like to do is put this iron over here. I'm gonna take it out once completed. I'm gonna get your kicker ready, because you want to make sure the seam is tight, okay? Now what you do is you take your iron up. Be careful not to touch your skin with it, because it's very hot. You're now gonna put it on the seam tape. Let it sit there for a moment. Let it get hot so that you can make sure that glue is activated. And then you're basically just going to start to run your iron slowly. You want to make sure you get an even melt for this seam, okay? Very important. Before you go any farther, you want to go ahead and get this beginning started. You want to make sure it's together and tight. Okay, you want to rub it. You want to make sure that the nap is up, because if the nap is underneath, the seam is not going to look good, guys. It's very important to make sure that the nap is up and that it's coming together nicely. Otherwise it's going to look like crap. So you just continue to ride your iron just like you're ironing clothes, right? Just go very slow, let it get hot. You want to pull both naps up together, and you want to make sure that it's tight, okay? Very important. So use a kicker to apply some pressure, rub it down, and then roll it, guys. And for those of you interested in doing carpet yourself, this is how you do it. For those of you that are investors and you want to make sure that you guys are doing it right, you'll now know how to do it. And if you like, show them this video and they can watch it and become a professional just like me. So you'll make sure to roll it together, guys. You want to make sure that it's tight, okay? Just make sure it peaks up just a little bit. Roll it. Okay. Make sure it's coming together nicely. I use this tray for weight, just to hold the seam down as I'm gliding along, so that it applies some weight and some pressure so that it doesn't come loose. Typically what you do, guys, is you just go anywhere from 8 to 12 inches down the line. Again, apply some pressure, make sure the seam is tight, and roll. Rolling is very important. It rolls the carpet fibers together, making sure that it's sticking to that glue adhesive, guys. Bring it down the line. Continue to move everything else down the line. And repeat the same process. Go back a little bit. Make sure you reactivate that. You don't want any part of the seam to be loose. What happens if you have a loose seam, when you're kicking the carpet, it will rip the seam apart, which means that you got to go back and use the iron again to make sure that it's properly secured and tight, because you do not want to start kicking the carpet and your seam come apart, because it will look like crack, guys. Keep on coming down the line. And you can go as slow as you want or as fast as you want. It's totally up to you guys. Now, I know a lot of times when you see somebody that's been doing this stuff for many years, it looks like it's easy. When you're first doing this, don't be concerned about being fast. Be concerned about making sure that the quality is where it's at. You do not want a crappy looking seam, because people will be able to tell. Okay, guys? Make sure the seam is tight. Make sure the nap and carpet fibers are together. And make sure that it's not tucked under. What happens sometimes is these naps can get caught underneath if you don't make sure that they come together nicely. So make sure that all your carpet fibers are up, okay? And then you just start to put it in place like so. You want to rub it. You want to make sure it's tight. And roll. Move your tray down. What I'm going to do is reposition this camera. Show you what we got so far. This is the seam right now. As you can see, you can't even tell that the seam is there. It's because I've been doing it for many, many years, guys. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue on. Get to the end. Now I'll take this stuff out of the way and show you the finished product. So continue to use your iron. You want to lift up slightly, because what happens is if you press down too much force, the glue will rub all onto the iron, and then you won't be able to have enough glue on the back of these. Alright, make sure it's tight and roll. If you do not have a roller, you will not be able to properly make sure that the seam is secure and tight to the glue. Now continue to move down the line. Remember, go back a little bit, lift up slightly. You want to go 6 to 12 inches. It really just depends on your comfort level. Some people like to go 6 inches at a time. Some people like to go a foot. I like to go a foot myself. You want to lift up the nap. Make sure that the seam is tight. So you bring your kicker, tighten it up, and roll. Okay. Move your tray down. You want to apply some pressure to that seam. Now when you're getting to the end, guys, you're going to have to bring the seam tank back a little bit. Alright? It's very important. Continue to make sure that everything is tight and nice. You got to bring it tight. Again, you don't want a loose seam because you will be able to tell where the seam is. It has to come together nicely, okay? Very important, guys. Now when you get to the end, you're going to run the iron all the way to the end, and you're going to bring this glue, the strip, back so that you can get all of it hot and melted. Leave it there for a second or two, and then you can bring it up out of there. Angling your iron to the wall in the base, put it inside, move it out of the way, and work your seam. Make sure it's tight. Okay. What you want to do is tuck the end of your seam into the wall so that it stays together nicely. Alright? Bring your tray so you apply some weight. And now the carpet is not just 12 foot, it's a total of 14 foot. So as you can see, this is the seam, guys. See how beautiful that is? Once you rub it, you can see how your seam looks, okay? Now you're gonna have some strings and stuff. What you do is you take your scissors. Let me see if I got my scissors on me. I do. So you take your scissors right here and you find any little strings or particles and you just trim it up like you give it a haircut. Okay, see these little strings right here? That'll get caught in the vacuum, so you want to make sure you trim those off. All right? And that's a beautiful seam right there. After it dries, you want to give it about 15-20 minutes and then you can kick it. So basically while I'm waiting for this one to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and seam up this closet right here. All right, guys, it's Kenneth Bryant with Catapulting Change. I'm gonna be making more of these videos so that I can show you guys what to expect when doing this work. I believe if you know how the work is done, even when you hire somebody, you'll be able to have a better and more successful project. Till next time, remember, life is great. Don't be scared. Have a great week, everyone.